Hey guys, y'all, with the GMAN, I'm out on Guntersville, just getting a few cool nights and the fish are starting to move up. So I'm gonna show you some baits that I like to fish and things that I like to do for fun in the fall. If you see fish feeding on bait, a lot of times in the bait they're gonna be small. So you gotta think a little smaller in your bait presentation, and you may take a multitude of baits to get the fish to trigger. Don't think you're gonna be one-dimensional. Use one rod and catch them all. It's gonna change by the hour. You're gonna need a multitude of baits to do it. Just think small. Use all your equipment to make you effective catching schooling fish. Some of the biggest ones you're gonna catch ain't gonna be the ones you see jumping. They're covering it up. Daddy, don't play! I got something in this boat that every one of you will bite. And I'll tell you right now, I don't plan on messing with you no more. That's to say, sometimes you gotta get ugly with them. That's on 7-pound line right there. I ain't playing. Oh, no. Hey. Boys, if you think right now that Buckeye head right there, that old G-Stroll and that Zoom 4-inch Winged Fluke won't get you a date with a hot woman, just go to the prom and start asking. And look at there, son. That had a hold of that thing. That's what it's all about. Now look, and all jokes aside, we out here trying to make some videos. Let's ease him back in real quick like before I tell you all this. So we out here trying to build content because that's what we do. You know, the guys, the writers will come out and we'll go through processes of baits. We'll try to build content for you, the viewers at home, that'll help you catch more bass. And I set out a playlist on what I thought I might could catch them on an evening day at Guntersville. And I didn't have this laying out here, but I seen some blowing up and I worked around, I kept messing around with them and I just kept trying. So it tells you when you go out, even if you think you know where they're at, you see them, okay, they're breaking or blowing up on top, you see bait balls, keep trying baits. I want you to look at that little sexy color. Gizzard shad. If you was a shad and you wanted to be a color, well, hell, you'd be gizzard. Well, what we've got is a lot of fish feeding on small bait. And this is this year's fry. This is from the shad spawn this year, and the bait is small. And this is a typical fall time deal everywhere you go. They just get honed in on small bait, and they can be very hard to catch. Well, you try. I always got something interrupting me. And I've went through a bunch of different baits. I went through some tiny Rapala crankbaits, even the little old tiny OG. And they're so dialed in. They see that seven right there. Come on, don't get my jig here. You done messed my whole shot up. Edit, cut back in right there. You know, after several different bait changes, I put this bait on and I've literally made 3 casts and caught 2 fish. So when I tell you they get really keyed on small bait, or something they're doing, and it's up to you, the fisherman. I mean, forward-facing sonar might show you where some fish is at, but in this situation, you got to figure out what they are keying on. Size, color, something that the bait's doing, that's what they're all looking for. And I kept messing around. I was like, well, let me put on that Winged Fluke because it looked like the size shad. I can just barely twitch it over that grass, keep it in the strike zone longer. This is my Gerald Swindle Meta Series. I'll just go ahead and show it to you. 6'10", medium light. Medium light, and it says medium light, but to me, I think it's more like a medium is what it fishes like to me. And I tell anybody, if you want to just go out and fish one length of rod, get you the Gerald Swindle medium light 6'10", you can do everything with it. I like it when they're down in the grass like that because a lot of times they won't move. You can drop it right on them. Ain't that big, I just got that 7 on there. And I don't want to break him off till I can catch the rest of them right there. Because I just like fishing it straight up and down. I think that's one thing I've learned is even on forward-facing sonar, when he gets close to the boat, if you don't hit the trolling motor or nothing, you just keep shaking it, you still have a chance. God, they're eating that thing. Let's talk about why this can be so effective. Those small wings on the side of this bait right here, they're angled in such a way that when you start shaking this bait, it's not just coming to you, it tilts its head up and it holds the water so it goes slower, which means you can shake it more, longer, and it won't move as far. So if there's a 5-pounder sitting there, he's watching it, he's like, that should have done been gone. and he immediately starts going, hey, it's not moving fast enough. So the whole key is to hold it still, but yet shake it at the same time. Not like your grandpa at the urinal, but like I am when I'm finesse fishing, okay? Lord help me, Jesus, y'all be with me. I'm starting pigment under New Guinea. I don't know what I got here, but it left and it's mad and it don't want to come home no more. Please come home to Josie. We're gonna regret it in the morning. Don't. And I thought the bigger fish might be out here. It's just, I've had several that look like nice ones chase my bait up. See, why you gotta be angry all the time. It's a nice Guntersville keeper right there. I mean, there's one thing about that. You can say this on Wire to Fish. That don't suck, okay? And I still want to experiment. I think there's something else I might catch them on. I think for me, tournament fishing all these years, I'm just keen to keep moving and changing baits because I know how fast they can get off of it. In the tournament, you want to just keep catching them. Thank you. So I do think it pays not to just, even though you're having a good time catching them, try a few new baits. This is the Rapala Jigging Rap. I ain't even sure how to fish it, but I got one on it. Should have called Cody Huff. I mean, I was just looking at my stuff and I'm like, what would I do there on them little shad? And I keep seeing this thing around and I'm like, man, reckon them fish at Guntersville ever seen a jigging rap? I said, let me show you what we just did. Boy, this thing's got some hooks on it. They seem tiny, but they got hooks in every area. Look at that, folks. The jigging rap. I just tied it on my spinning reel setup. Same place I've seen a few blowing up. You know, and what it is, it's the perfect imitation of that small bait. Just throw it in there and kind of pump it. Got hung in that morsel of grass. I fell back down right there. Got him. Of course, I ain't Cody Huff, but I'm Cody Huff, you know. Listen, when it comes to fishing, I'll be serious for a moment. I don't care what it is. I just want to catch them on. So people say, Gerald, you're known as a junk fisherman. You know why? Because I'm always tinkering with something. I'm always seeing what the next thing is. Like, is it a good bait? Is it a bad bait? Where would this fit in my arsenal at, you know? And I can tell you right now, this jigging rap's got a place in my arsenal. And let me show you something cool about it. It has hooks on the nose, on the tail, and in the middle. So we got 3 shots to get it right. This would be a cool bait when you take your children when you see white bass schooling and all that, because there's really no wrong way to fish it. You just throw it to where they jump and hold your line tight, let it fall, just slow pull it. I don't think there is a wrong way to fish it. I'd have to call Cody and see. You practice for 4-day tournaments so long that you immediately start thinking, find something else, especially if you're a tournament angler. Even if you're just a weekend tournament angler, you're not fishing for 100,000. Always think of what could be next, so you don't catch yourself sitting there on tournament day going, well, I ain't got them to bite nothing else. Well, have you tried anything else? Got that one. The old chug bug, son. I went a little retro. I mean, I'll break out your dad's penny loafers and go fish a Bass Club Derby with my vest on and throw a chug bug. I'm not scared. Let me tell you something, the chug bug is one of the original topwater baits I fell in love with. Size-wise, how it fishes, the sound. The good thing about a chug bug, it's got 2 different ways, primary ways that I fish it. I can do short, quick chops, side to side, or I can do that hard pluck. And so that's what I'll play around with here when I see them. Like that's little, but I can make that one sharp jerk, make that sound, or you can make subtle, quick jerks and just walk just like a miniature walking dog style. And a lot of times what people don't realize is it's sometimes when they're surfacing that much, if you're gonna throw bigger baits, it's gonna come down to you hitting the bait in them when they're feeding. But them fish, once they start hitting on top, you need to be on top. But you know, it's one of the baits that I really like this time of year. It's smaller. It's only a 2-hook bait with a great hookup percentage. It's got a great castability, and that's what you're looking for in a top water like this. Yeah, good God, that was a big one, he didn't get it. Got him! Got him, Festus, got him! Boy, I'll just keep laying it to you, son. This ain't your grandpa's chug bug, son. This ain't your grandpa's rope. Well, we're going through the smorgasbord. I mean, the more we've seen the fish active on the surface, I'm watching them chase bait on the graph. Like, I've worked through several different baits. I mean, I started out with 3 or 4. I got 6, 8 rods out now, and I rigged up topwater, crankbaits, everything. And here's just kind of been my synopsis. Yep, I found the bait fish. Yep, I found some schooling. I've had them bite the little bitty flat OG, can't get them to get it. I've had a couple of bites on a chugger, some not get it. I messed around, caught some on a Zoom Winged Fluke, the 4-inch. Then I rolled that over to picked up the Jigging Rap, and I started smoking some of them, catching them. So I'm like, I've been through a smorgasbord of baits to get to where I'm at right now. So like, you can see it's a continuous process of changing, moving, trying to find that perfect bait. Mix it up. It's like gumbo. Stir it.